but they should be looking into it. They shouldn't just discount it out of hand. And you have to ask yourself, why? I mean, if someone comes up with a plausible explanation, a biochemical link between a genetic predisposition and the interference of mercury and the basically shutting down of very, very important metabolic processes like methylation, why wouldn't the CDC look at that? Why wouldn't they look at absolutely everything, leave no stone unturned? When AIDS first appeared in this country, there was a mad rush to identify the cause of the disease. Now, people suspected it was infectious, which gives it a certain sense of urgency, and of course, AIDS was fatal. But the country mobilized, and the public health system mobilized around the world. And within a couple of years, they had identified HIV as the cause of AIDS. And then they were not only able to prevent infections and help somewhat control the spread of the disease, but they were able to come up with treatments. So you have to pinpoint the cause before you can really develop the treatments. And I wish that the government was spending more time and money looking at these environmental triggers, because we need to pinpoint this. We need to find out exactly what the trigger or triggers are so that A, we can reduce exposures, which we should be doing anyway, but it becomes that much more urgent, and B, figure out how to, if possible, reverse some of this damage, either through detoxification, such as chelation with mercury poisoning, or through trying to repair some of the metabolic damage that's been done using the studies of Richard Deeth of Northeastern University and Jill James of the University of Arkansas that show that these kids have these low levels of glutathione and other sulfur-based proteins, and there are interventions that they're looking into and trying out that bring the levels of these sulfur-based proteins up to normal. And some evidence to suggest that the kids themselves get better or their symptoms improve.
Why is it so scary to say these kids are toxic and let's treat them?
I don't know. And to me, that's the most important thing. And if anything comes out of this book and this whole controversy that's good, it would be finding ways to make the kids feel better. And if removing mercury and repairing metabolic damage makes kids feel better, then we should be doing it, regardless of the cause. And again, I would take a treatment over pinpointing blame on somebody any day. Let the lawyers and the Congress and the judges and the juries decide who's responsible. If we can make kids better, we should be doing that. Obviously, we need to do both. And from a legal and moral perspective, we need to find out if people are actually responsible, if people allowed this to happen that might have been able to prevent it. But
they're separate issues.
They are separate issues. Correct.